I am excited to show a game I played against Grandmaster with the black pieces on chess.com. I'm gonna go in the game for a minute, but first, for the opponent I was facing, this is the Grandmaster I was facing with the black pieces, and this is the accuracy review of the game. So now let's go into the game itself. My opponent played e4, and I wanted a real game, and I played the Sicilian. Now g3, it's a more quiet variation. And here bishop f4 is played. I think my opponent wanted to play e5, so I played e5 myself. Queen b3. Clearly I haven't castled yet, and white want to attack the b5 pawn, so I defended like that. We traded a few pieces. Queen a3. You can see on the clock, my opponent spent a bit more time, but this is a great move. Attacking c5 with the bishop, but also attacking my bishop on a8. I haven't castled yet, so I say let me just castle. And now maybe I can move my bishop to c6, and maybe I can move my rooks. But here, surprise, b4. And as you can see, that bishop here is pinning my pawn, and the queen here attacks also c5. So I played rook c8, bc5, and now I was thinking, it's like, I don't think I can take back like that. And indeed, if I were to take back, that would be very bad, because bishop h3, and if I move the rook that way, I lose that bishop, and if I move the rook this way, I lose this knight. So definitely strong. That, oh well, I lost a pawn, and I play queen c6 pretty quickly. Now knight b3 covering c5, knight g4. I was thinking if I can get that bishop here, then I can take the pawn, and maybe I can reroute my pieces. That a5, queen a6, and well, if you're trying to advance, I'm gonna pin. Obviously that knight cannot move. I'm pinning the queen, so it's pretty complex game. And here I started to play a few good moves, putting some pressure on my opponent. Now I'm taking on c5, so equal material. h3, and here comes the key moment of the game. Of course I can retreat here, I can retreat there, but do I have to retreat the knight? And here I surprise my opponent and play knight f2, and that's a brilliant move confirmed by the engine after the game. Now of course white has to take. That's the best move, and here I have several options. I was calculating maybe taking on e4, but I was worried that the rook would take right away, so I went knight g3. The king moves, and here bishop f8. That bishop wasn't doing much on this diagonal, so I'm running here, coming to c5. That king here is weak. Now the queen has to move. I'm taking on e1. Now I give a check, and here I played a great move, queen f2. As you can see here, white has the queen far away from the action. I'm threatening to take on d2, and that bishop is looking on the diagonal. I'm putting pressure on my opponent, and after knight b3, defending the bishop e4, right? So I'm crashing through. My opponent has two pieces for a rook. It's a very complex situation. Here he's trying to attack my rook. That's a cheapo. I'll move the rook, and here I decided take on d2 because I thought I would have some good action against the king. Now look at the clock. He has 10 seconds left. I have 35 seconds, so the clock is an issue. He's taking on e5. Now we blitz these moves, and here he makes a blunder. I could win in one move. Bishop d6, threatening the queen, but I miss my move and play h4. We blitz this move. I play bishop d6, one move too late, but the king is in danger over there. And here I missed another knockout blow. Queen g3, attacking h3 was winning. Played queen b8, and here my opponent blunder. That's a clear blunder over here. And my opponent has 3 seconds on the clock. I have 13 seconds, and I found the winning move, bishop g3. I attack the queen, but more importantly, that king here is unsafe. And after queen f6, queen b1 check, and I'm threatening the king here. The only way to avoid checkmate is to put the knight. I take the knight, I'm up a piece. Now it's 11 seconds for me versus 2 seconds, and we blitz out the move. At that point, the clock was important, and I have 8.9 seconds left, and he flags. And this position is probably equal. Of course, I was blitzing the move. Over here, if I had a bit more time, I could find bishop h4. White has no check. Whatever where white moves, I can simply do that, and I have an extra piece, and there is no perpetual check. So again, that was a crazy game, and I think the key move here on move 23 was not to retreat the knight. If I retreat the knight, my opponent would have played knight e5, and it's a complex game, but I went for knight f2, and here the knight moves, and the bishop coming back was a winning attack for black. I hope you enjoyed this blitz game, and I'll see you in the next one.